This is Saigon Vietnam. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is David. I've been calling Saigon Vietnam home for about a year now. The city has 24 distinct districts, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you districts 1, 2, and 3. Districts 1 and 3 actually make up the heart of the city, and district 2 is a popular expat enclave. So if you've been curious about what Saigon is like, what's it like to live here, and just a broad first impression, this video is for you, so let's get to it. Alright guys, good morning from Ho Chi Minh City. So in this video, I'm going to just take you around the city and show you what the different districts are like. We're going to be taking a look at District 1, District 2, District 3, and maybe Bedtime. The goal of this video is just to give you an idea of like what Saigon is like, because I know like when I first moved here, there was no like clear like video of like what districts to what are the different districts like, where should you live. So I just want to give you a feel for the city that I'm now been calling home for the past year. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so this is basically District 1, and this is one of my favorite hidden little streets. Basically only people who kind of live here kind of know about this street. But I love it because it has tons of little different shops here, and this is absolutely one of my favorite little restaurants here. It's a French bistro. There's 3 of them in the city, but this location is my personal favorite. They provide really excellent French food. So District 1 is basically the city center of Saigon, and it's the district where you're probably going to end up most as a foreigner who's visiting Ho Chi Minh City for the first time. So I'm going to be showing you some basic like landmarks and things that you'll typically see in District 1. I personally wouldn't recommend living in District 1 per se. I mean, you can find some places like this over here. There's a lot of apartment buildings, but in general, you can find better value if you want to stay in like District 2 or Bintan or outside the city center a little bit. But anyways, let's go get some coffee at my favorite little cafe over here too. So the cafe culture in Saigon is the real deal, particularly compared to Thailand. You'll find tons of like wonderful little places like this. This is not anything special. This is quite normal for this city, and it's one of my favorite things about living in Saigon. And so this cafe is called Petite Four. Thai coffee, smoothies, blended juice, pretty standard stuff. Obviously, I always go with just your standard coffee. Alright, so that is the Notre-Dame Cathedral that is being under repair. It's been under repair for over a year since I got here. This is still part of District 1 City Center, characterized by these lovely parks over here. Great place to come walk, read a book, hang out. This whole area has lots of little shops, restaurants, and it's not touristy at all. It's quite lovely. And so the church is still being under repair, so you're not actually able to go into the church. It'd be nice if you could, but it's about as close as you can get. Blocked off by the gate right here. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I've actually never been inside this building before. Since I got here, it's been like this, so hopefully someday. Alright, so this is basically considered the book street. McDonald's right there. So very handy if you ever need to get books, notebooks. Yeah, that's it. Nothing really special over here, but just giving you an idea of like this is like what District 1 is like. Alright, and this is the famous post office. It's also in District 1. Definitely recommend coming over here to check it out. Nothing's too special about this place, but it is a real post office. Like, you can actually like send letters and whatnot, mail things to people here if you really want. Now it's more just of a tourist site. People come to basically check out the inside. We got this really nice picture of Ho Chi Minh right in the center. It's a gigantic picture, this gigantic photo of the man. And over here is you can actually like send letters. And one other little thing that you'd want to do here is that they have different things that you can buy and sell on each side. So, you know, it's for tourists primarily, but it's a bunch of trinkets and hats, coffee. You know, again, as I said, like nothing too special, but it's your first time here. It's worth wandering over here to check out. And it's basically just inspect what we can buy and whatnot. Hey! Alright guys, so this is a Bedtime Market. Oh man, it's kind of a... I know a lot of foreigners like say this is like a scam market per se, and I don't necessarily. Excuse me. Man, so it's not necessarily a scam market, but it's just that they tend to overcharge if you're a foreigner here, and it's a shame because like when you travel around Vietnam to different cities, they have markets exactly like this, and you can always get like really local things at a good price. It's really nice, but here, the one in Saigon, everything's just overpriced here, so I tend to not shop here too much, just because like I can go to a cafe and get really good coffee and get like, you know, 100,000 dong. Here they'd want like 200. Like same with tea. Tea would be like 60. Here it'd be like 120. Everything's just more expensive, and it's a little bit annoying to haggle and deal with. That's why I say it's a shame, because like I wish they had better prices here. But anyways, it's still something worth checking out if you're brand new to Saigon.
Đi coi. Đức mà đợi tôi cảm thấy vậy tôi cháy có toilet. Trời ơi, hôm nay cô bận đồ giống như là Malay nha.
Hello, will you buy coffee? Can I help you?
And that's basically what you can expect from like Bedtime Market. Just it's a large indoor market. It sells fruits, food, t-shirts, trinkets for tourists. All overpriced in my opinion. I don't want to speak too badly about it, but like I said, because I've been to like Dawa and I've been to the market like this in Dawa, for example, you can get really nice products for a good price. Here, everything's just more expensive. But if you've first time here, you should definitely come here and check it out. Sorry, guys, everyone's like so many people here walking in front of me. But anyways, all right, one thing that you will love is this place that just opened up, the street food market. This place is great. It's right next to Bedtime Market, just down the road a bit. I recommend it because you can get a variety of different foods as well as beer, and this place is great in the evening to come just come and check it out. It's one of my favorite spots. I personally, where's that Indian place? There's an Indian restaurant here that I really like. Let me just. This place right here, I love. It's one of my favorite little Indian spots. Anyways, food market is right near Bedtime Market, and I highly recommend you come over here. It's a great little spot. I like to come here with my friends, have a drink, get some great food. Prices are excellent. You can get like com tam, which is basically pork rib, egg, and a bunch of other vegetables. You get pho, banh mi, all those traditional Vietnamese dishes. this is Weiwei. This is most likely the first place you'll end up as a foreigner. I know that's where I ended up. So I took a taxi from the airport to my hostel where I was staying out over here. So what is Weiwei specifically? So it's kind of like the party area of this city. It's kind of like a expat ghetto a little bit. Not particularly nice, to be honest with you. A lot of other foreigners they like to compare this place to like Khao San Road, but it's not like Khao San Road. I really like Khao San Road because one, it's grown and there's tons of things to do there, and it's not as sleazy as it used to be like 10 years ago. It's really changed. Here, it's just chaotic, dirty, busy. They do weird things here, like for example, the street here, they never shut down. It's like walking street and there's still bikes, and they'll do this during the day as well. Like on the weekend they'll shut down, but during the week, if you come here like on a Tuesday, they still use cars and bikes on this road even at night when people are at the clubs and bars. And also it's extremely loud here at night. Like it's actually uncomfortably loud. Vietnam in general is a pretty loud country, but that's just one thing I don't like about this area that much, because they blast music here. But if you're looking for like a place to, but it is fun though. Like if you're looking for like clubs and bars and a place to party a little bit, not a bad spot. You just gotta pick the right place. Not too loud. It does get very, very crowded and busy here. Alright, so just to give you an idea, like this is like where kind of all the hotels, hostels are, kind of tucked away down all these like little side streets. Not bad, not a bad place to stay over here for a few nights if you're just visiting Saigon. Rooms over here are quite affordable at like $15 usually, something like that. Alright, so welcome to District 2. Wildly different vibe than any other district. This is the Expat enclave. You'll see lots of Koreans and lots of English teachers over here. So this is basically the main road in District 2. The main road with all the shops and cafes and stores. It's quite nice over here actually. There's lots of nice little bars to check out. Cafes and specialty shops. So again, like that's why people like District 2 for this reason, because it's just different, nice and different over here. So this is called Com Tam Ba Da. Com Tam is the name of the dish here. This is my little place where I like to get Com Tam because it's near where Junie lives. So let's go order some food. Alright, so that's pork rib, pickled vegetables, obviously an egg. This is definitely one of my favorite dishes in Vietnam. Everyone's famous with like banh mi, but Vietnam has a lot of interesting dishes that are really good, really simple. This is just cheap, good food. It's about 35,000 Vietnamese dong. I normally like to get it with some Chinese sausage, like this red sweet sausage. They ran out, so that's it. So you can also get some tea as well. So this is pretty common tea. Right, and that's it. Boom. There you go. Lunch is served. So this place is called Espresso Smoothie and Juice. It's one of the many specialty places along this road. So yeah, you got different bars, cafes, stores, shops. Really cool little area. So this is my peanut butter and chocolate smoothie with protein powder in it. Really nice. And they actually do use protein powder. It's right there, the whey protein. And it comes with sugar if you want, like brown sugar, but I usually don't get mine with any sugar in it. So Alright guys, so this is Dolphy Coffee. It's a continuation of the street over here. So this street over here where I was just at has all the restaurants, cafe, shops. Continues over this way as well with more stores and shops. This way is where the river is, over that way. But yeah, let's go get some coffee right now. Dolphy Coffee. So one of my little favorite spots over here in District 2. Open air. So they have a bunch of different options. Good prices, excellent. So just got my coffee. Nice Americano. Coffee at this place is exceptionally good actually. So that's partly why it's kind of famous. A lot of people come here and actually just sit here and take their laptops and work. One thing that's really nice and kind of surprising about Saigon, I think for a lot of people, is that it's not crazy hot here like you think it would be. People often think that it's going to be similar to like Bangkok, and Saigon's next to the ocean, so that ocean actually keeps the city generally cool and comfortable. I mean, it does get hot here, of course, but it's not obnoxiously hot like Bangkok, where you're constantly sweating outside. Like I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt. I feel fine, and yeah, so that's another little plus about living here that I really enjoy. Alright, so that's basically it for District 2. It's very beautiful with trees, lots of nature built into the buildings over here. Definitely more geared towards an expat community, and that includes Koreans, Chinese, everyone, you know? Not to say it's not Vietnamese, but it's just a totally different area compared to the rest of Saigon. It's alright to not be fine. Welcome to District 3. District 3 is characterized by a lovely canal and lots of little cafes and stores and just little tiny shops down the street. I actually lived here for a whopping 3 days and I hated it. I absolutely hated living over here. I broke my lease, I moved out, then I moved to Bintan. The reason I hated it so much over here is because it's not walkable at all. Obviously. I mean, take a look at this, just chaotic, loud, kind of dirty. But I love District 3 because this is one of the coolest places to come in the city. If you're just looking to get like good Vietnamese food for cheap, a cafe near the river or a nice local bar, District 3 is great for that. It's not a nice spot to live in, but it's a fantastic place to just hang out in the city. And that's pretty much it for all I can really say about District 3. Alright, so I'm not sure what this place is called, but here in District 3, this is what I recommend. This is the place I recommend coming. So, Junie, what's the name of this place?
Baudi.
Huh?
Baudi.
Huh?
Baudi.
Baudi. Doesn't D mean go away?
It's just land.
DD in Vietnamese means go away, like ED.
No.
So, like, what does Baudi mean? That doesn't make it, like, this language makes no sense, but anyways, Baudi. This is a little treasure over here in District 3. They sell fresh fruits. You get tons of different juice drinks. So let me see. Junie, away from the speaker. It's too loud. Let me see. No, put it right there.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I can show. Alright, so Bao Didi. So Junie, what is this? What is this white drink?
Custard Apple.
Custard Apple. This is amazing. The flavor of this is impossible to explain until you've had it, but it's great. One of my favorites. And Junie, what is this?
This is
Pomegranate. Fresh squeezed pomegranate juice. Man, can't beat this place. And the prices are quite affordable too. As you can see, everything's around 12, 10, 20, 25, 30. So, anyways, that's it for District 3, guys. Not much to say about District 3. It's just loud, chaotic like this with tons of bikes. You know, trash everywhere, and just it has that grittiness that Saigon has, and you either like it or you don't like it. But that should hopefully give you a good idea of like the different districts, and hopefully it kind of demonstrates like how wildly different they all are. Whereas like District 1's kind of like District 3, but it's a little bit nicer in some ways, but has Weiwei, which is kind of like District 3. District 2 is completely a totally different world. And then you have like District 3 like this, where most of Saigon is more like this. Alright, so this is your standard fruit market in District 3. Not just fruit market, but vegetables, and just kind of a wet market in Vietnam. So when I say custard apple, this is what I'm talking about. So there's two types of custard apples. So we have this standard one that is I think most people are kind of familiar with. This one I've only kind of personally seen in Vietnam, but they taste very different actually. They are not the same flavor. I actually prefer this one. This one has a better taste. Same kind of texture though. That's, you know, obviously they're called custard apples for a reason. They have a custard. This is what I mean by like District 3 is kind of like rough around the edges a little bit, because it's just different. You know, you just saw District 2. This is District 3. It's like you're like in a completely different world now. So I like District 3 a lot to come over here. I don't want to live here. I don't want to live in the middle of this. This is a little bit overwhelming, but it's a cool place to come visit for like fruits and vegetables, meats, cafes, little bars. It's just your standard. It's just basically what a wet market's like. And look at that, like. Alright, so basically in this kind of district, you're starting to get into the area where most people live. Starting to find like houses, apartments above cafes and whatnot. It's actually quite normal. The only reason I say that is because like when I first came here, I was shown a bunch of different apartments, and they were basically all above like a cafe or a restaurant. It was rather annoying. So it took a while to actually find a proper space to live. Well, that's a nice little find. So this is why I like Saigon. Like, what is this? Oz Coffee House. That looks amazing. Wow, that's awesome. Hello. Yeah, so. Alright guys, so that's it for this video, short video on Saigon. I really love living here. It has multiple districts you could live in, check out. It's got a good vibe with different things. It's a low cost of living. It's never boring. You know, it's not the perfect place to live, but it's fun, it's interesting. And each district's got its own kind of personality. I mean, like I said before, like District 3 is kind of more representative of what the majority of Saigon is. So anyways guys, I'm starting to ramble. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, hit that like button. It does help the videos get more attention. So thank you very much for, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video on Ho Chi Minh City, otherwise known as Saigon by anyone who lives here. I know it's a little bit of a confusing thing, but that's kind of like how you can tell the difference between people who live here and people who are visiting. People who live here, Vietnamese and foreigners alike, refer to the city as Saigon. people who don't live here refer to it as Ho Chi Minh City. Anyways, guys, my name is David. Consider subscribing, hit that like button, and again, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.